Hi, I'm Teja Gerken with Peghead Nation, and I'm here to show you the brand new Fishman AFX Mini line of pedals. You just heard me play through them. I'm playing my 1994 Taylor 712C. The guitar has a Fishman Rare Earth blend pickup built into it. I'm running about a 50-50 blend between the pickup and the mic on here. I've recently put a couple of Keith banjo tuners on this guitar. That's what you heard me doing, the bends on the intro to this. Still learning what to do with it, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to try it out on this little looper section here. Going straight into a Fishman SA330X speaker system, so that's what you're hearing here in the room. But let me talk about these new Fishman pedals a little bit. Several years ago, Fishman had a line of pedals that they called the AFX Pro. They were great sounding pedals. I used one of the reverb pedals out of that line for a long time, but they were fairly large format. And so the company has now revisited the idea of doing pedals in this popular mini format. These are very small footprint pedals, similar to other mini pedals that we're familiar with. Easily fit 4 of them here on this Pedal Train 16 board. I could easily fit in a Preamp or a Fishman Aura or any other kind of pedal on here. Whether you use a lot of pedals and have a busy board or just want to have a small footprint, this size is really great to work with. What we have here is 4 pedals in this new line, starting with the Broken Record, which is a looper and sampler, and you heard me do a little bit of looping with this. We have the AcoustiVerb, which, as you can tell, is a reverb pedal, and I was also going through that. We have the Pro EQ Mini, and we have the Pocket Blender, and they're very interesting pedals. I'm going to do a little bit more of a deep dive on these in the very near future, but for right now, I just kind of want to give you a general overview of what these are. So we have the Broken Record, which is a basic looper pedal and a sampler pedal. Very simple design, one pedal function. You click it once, turn it on, click it twice, turn it back off, hold it down to stop the loop completely. You can overdub indefinitely. It's got 6 minutes of recording time, records at 24 bits, so very high quality. It has a USB output, so you can either save the loops that you've created, fly them over to your computer as WAV files, or for the sampler function of this, and there's a little switch on here, you can also load in backup tracks, say, that you want to recall at the gig and call them up with the foot switch. Very simple level control, so really as simple as a looper can get, and I'm already thinking I'm going to have this on my board because I'm using a much larger looper right now. This would be so nice to just have an ability to have a quick looper for simple ideas on my board, so I'm very excited about this. The AcoustiVerb is about as simple as a reverb pedal gets. Again, simplicity is part of these two kind of really effect pedals that we have here. We have 3 settings: spring, hall, and plate. I was on the hall setting, which I tend to find for acoustic solo playing to be the most appropriate setting. But if you want to have a spring reverb or more of a plate reverb sound, they're there. Again, I'm going to do another more deep dive into this pedal and show you all these the different sounds that it has. Simple one-button operation, level control, tone control, and decay time on there as well. So great sounding, basic, simple to use reverb. The Pro EQ Mini, which is next, is a very interesting pedal. It's based on Fishman's Platinum series of preamps. So besides being an EQ pedal, it's also a high quality preamp, up to 20 dB of boost. So it could be used as exactly that, a foot switchable boost pedal, which is what you saw me using it for as I was playing over the loop that I'd set up before. You can, of course, use it to shape your tone. It's got low cut, bass, mid, treble, and brilliance control, and they're very effective. Level and input trim. I could already see using a couple of these to switch between different guitars. If you're someone who uses more than one guitar at the gig, and maybe they have very different output levels, very different sounding pickups that require different EQ treatment, this would be a great thing to even run in front of a preamp DI, let's say, to just really set up a couple of dedicated sounds and super great for that kind of functionality. And again, the small footprint really makes it so easy to use. Finally, we have the Pocket Blender. Those of us who've been around Fishman products for a while remember that Fishman used to have a product called the Pocket Blender, and it was sort of a little smaller than a half-rack size standalone unit. It wasn't a pedal, that was designed to work with their pickup and internal mic combination and blend a stereo signal. And it did that very well. More people have moved on to blending pickups internally now, but this pedal combines so many functions into a tiny pedal that, again, I'm going to do a second video of this to deep dive into this a little bit more. It could be a blender, exactly like the original Pocket Blender. You could run a stereo signal, a tip ring sleeve cable with a guitar that has a magnetic pickup and an internal mic. As a matter of fact, I could have done it with this rare earth pickup in this guitar. Split the signal into two, have two different signal paths, and send them out to separate effects, for example, or to two channels in a mixing board. It could also be an A-B switch. I was just using it basically as a mute signal, a mute pedal. One side was the guitar signal, the other one was my mute signal. You could send a signal to a tuner. So many things you could use this for. And it's a very unique pedal on the market that can do so many different things that I think can cover a lot of ground that will be a real problem solver for a lot of people. I should mention these three pedals, the Broken Record, the AcoustiVerb, and the Pro Mini EQ, have some functions that they all share. You can use them either as true bypass pedals or with a buffered signal flow, and there's a little switch in the back to switch back and forth. They have a unique feature that's called the dual path routing functionality, and that means that you can select, there's another switch in the back, and you can select whether the effect goes to the tip or the ring of a TRS cable if you were using that. And so, for example, combined with the Pocket Blender, you could set up one signal path that uses the effects and another signal path that is completely clean. Again, we're going to deep dive into that in the near future. Very cool functionality on that. They do need to be powered externally. The pedals are so small, there's no room for battery in there. Right now, I'm powering them with a Voodoo Lab power source. Fishman also has their own power adapter to go with these. So that's the basics on these four new pedals that Fishman has come out. The Broken Record, the AcoustiVerb, the Pro EQ Mini, and the Pocket Blender. They were just released, should be showing up at dealers anytime now. Again, I'm going to do more of a deep dive into all of these in the near future, so watch for that. And come back here to Peghead Nation to check out more of our gear demos. If you are seeing this on YouTube, consider subscribing to our channels, and also check out our offerings of lessons that we have here on Peghead Nation. I'm going to go out and play a little bit more, turn on the reverb, switch it on and off a little bit so you can hear it kicked in and the dry signal, and do a little bit more looping, and just give you a general sense of the kind of sound I'm getting with this rare earth equipped Taylor running through this Fishman SA330X. My name is Teja Gerken. We'll see you very soon.